warning about this subject that I'm about to talk about. And I probably rephrased the title because I really just forgot how I just reworded it. But, okay, we're going to get right into it. Okay, so this is about the male narcs. And I know what I'm about to say can apply to female narcs, but I'm going to talk about the male ones on this one. And this is a trigger warning. Because for the females that has a male narc or been with a male narc, I'm going to talk a little bit on why you had to pay for this. Why you had to, let me put it this way. Why you had to pay for how he is, what he do, all the abuse you went through, all the craziness, why you had to pay for it. And especially as a woman, but even more as their woman, or the one that the one that they're with, okay? Okay. And I'm really like, I'm going to try to do this the best I can. But I do know if somebody does something to me, I ain't worried about nobody else. I'm going to deal with the person that done something to me. But this is not how it works with a male narcissist. Now, we all know that something in their childhood happened. They had some type of trauma. And some narcs are just spoiled. Just spoiled. They got everything they wanted. So when they grew up, they wanted everything they wanted. We ain't going to talk too much about them ones. We're going to talk about the ones that is making you pay for this. Okay. These type of narcs, the male narcs, they hate women. They hate women. And let me make sure I'm not muffling up the sound. They hate women, but you would never believe that or think that because they over-sexualize women. They always chasing and running around after women. But that's only a public thing, or just something that you think or they want you to think. They just chasing women, and you're thinking like, wow, this is a nymphomaniac. All they care about is sex and women. But it's something behind that. So the reason why these narcs hate women is because of their mothers. Trigger warning. Because of their mothers. As they was growing up and they was a young kid or whatever, mothers are very, very nurturing. Good mothers are very, very nurturing. And they want to take care of their child and love their child and protect their child. If you was a woman and have a baby, your motherly instincts kicked in, all that comes with it. All that comes with it. Like, this is your baby bird. You're going to protect this baby by all necessary. Okay? By all means necessary. And, raise them the best way that you can. Okay? So what happens with the narcs when they were younger, these male narcs, their mother was either a narc or a sick narc. And I mean sick. Just disgustingly sick. Okay? So they might have had a child and the father couldn't deal with her craziness no more. So he leaves. So what the mother do, she goes and tries to replace the father with that son, with that male son. Even if she got more than one son, she may or may not with all of them, or just pick that one particular one. Maybe it's that one particular one that looks just like the father. Let's just say that, okay? So now she puts this child in the spousal place. And then here comes all this emotional or physical incest. They will do it. I know that's gross. Incest is so gross. But it's a lot of cultures out here that just do it, and they trying to keep the bloodline, but then they end up with a whole bunch of babies that's got all type of medical problems. But the mother, I haven't had a story like this. I don't even know if I want to see a story like this where the son get the mother pregnant. Gross, but it's possible with a narc. Very, very possible. Because you know what's so funny about that one? Not funny. You want to know something so serious about that one? is a lot of women, let me touch on y'all real quick, that was sexually molested or whatever with their father, and they had their father's child. Especially like way back in the day during like slavery or whatever. A lot of that went on, and you probably wonder like, why would you do that to your daughter when you got massa and them over there abusing y'all all? But I ain't gonna go on to that one no further. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if you go on YouTube, I ain't gonna do it, and Google I got my mother pregnant. Psh, gross. So after she puts him in this position to replace his father, and you can just, now this is where I probably have a little sympathy for the narc. Like, can you imagine this little bitty narc kid? I'm sorry. The mother is calling them in the room, and they go in the room, and next thing you know, she's performing sexual acts on him, but 9 times out of 10 she's making him do it. And the little young future narc is confused, and but do what they're told because you're supposed to obey your parents or whatever. Okay, so like I said, it could be emotional or physical incest, but they that's where it starts. So this is why these type of narcs hate women, because they want you to pay for everything that their mother did to them, and it probably not even any female in their family. Let's just put it that way. But then when they're getting taught this and being mistreated this type of way by their own mother or family member, whatever, they go to the other females in the family, and then they start to do that to them. So like that, if it's a sister, be careful of that one sister that's very, very, very close to the narc. Very, very close to the narc, because they probably was part of that too. But be warned by the sister that hates the narc, because that's probably the one sister that was not going to take on this family legacy of ancestry. Like, it's just nasty. They should have ancestry. Hey lady, they should have ancestry. Did you get a Hoover by Cell Block D? Oh, that's what happened to. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, this is kind of why I'm telling you, narc number 3. Okay, stay with me, girl. Anyway, so they may start to do these things to their sister, and then most likely will probably be a younger sister that don't know any better. So this sick cycle of incest is going all the way through the family, because the mother is sick and she's doing all these sexual things to her child. Now, narc grows up, really don't have a relationship with their mother, but they don't actually completely leave them. No, they don't. They don't actually completely leave the mother. They somehow feel like they're actually, here you go. They're trauma bonded to their mother. So they feel like they always got to be there, because, if this is a narc, well, if a narc, it got to be a narc if you're doing that to your son. So they would guilt trip the narc or whatever, like, you don't even love me. You don't even come see your mother after all I done for you. And all the narc can remember is all the sexual abuse and all the things that they done to them. So this is why these narcs hate women, because they want you to pay for everything that their mother did to them, because they're not going to go back and abuse the mother, especially if she's an older woman, where he can. He's not going to go back and abuse his mother. He's just going to take it out on all women and use women to the fullest. Even though he doesn't like women, he's not attracted to women, but he has to keep on this normal straight face mask. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, even if he's a gay narc, okay, he still hates women. And the DL narc in the closet, that one definitely hate women, but so he want to be DL, but they still do whatever they're doing with whoever they with, because they're ashamed. That narc don't want nobody to know that they're gay. That narc don't want nobody to know that they're in the closet. So they would abuse the women, but also abuse these gay spouses, because the gay spouse is portraying to be a woman. So they get abused too. Or if not, they're actually just abusing them because they're ashamed of their sexuality with this gay person. This gay person probably have no shame No shame to being gay. They tell the world. They'll tell the world. But the narc don't want nobody in the world to know that this is who they are and what they do. And most of the time, the reason why they go that way, because they hate women and they feel like they can get more love and pleasure out of a man. That's a relationship part of it. But if it's just sexual, they feel like they disgust it when they're sexually active with a woman. So they prefer to be sexually active with a man, but they still have that shame. So it's like a no-win situation with them. So they figure like all women has to pay for what their mother did to them, or that knock that never got no play. Not in high school, not as adult. No woman ever even liked them. But then they probably got a woman, a real good-looking woman, a nice woman, that is, liked this nerdy guy. He's gonna make her pay for all the women that turned him down. He's gonna make her pay. Like, how dare them not want me? How dare them, put me in a friend zone? How dare them not like me? So any woman that I get, I'm gonna make them pay. Yes. That's what they do. These male narcs. That's why they say it always starts somewhere in the childhood. And that's really gross. That's why I said it's a trigger warning. And it wasn't something that I wanted to know or anything like that. But sometimes when you got that third eye, a spiritual discernment, especially when you're done with them, you're not in that foggy brain fog anymore. So all your visions and everything that you remember and saw start to make sense. Now it makes sense why the mother didn't raise them. I actually had a narc that told me, like, my mother didn't raise me. I mean, usually it's always, oh, daddy wasn't there, but when he's like, my mother didn't raise me. It's like, if they don't have a mother, that's the one that you have to, unless she passed away, I'll take that back. But these ones that say they didn't have a good relationship with their mother, or their mother this, their mother that, those are the ones to watch out for. Those are the ones to watch out for. Because they're angry that they did not have a mother. They're angry they didn't have the love like, they little friend next door, little Tommy mother and little Tommy father next door took them out and they hold their hands and went for walks. But that narc that was getting, sexually incensed by their mother, they knew when they got out of school and went home, they knew what was about to happen. And you can tell that something is really, really wrong with them when they don't talk about their mother. When they don't talk about their mother, or you're with the narc and they don't really spend time with their mother, but maybe the mother got sick or something. It's like they feel like they're obligated to be there because they want to keep up this face with the family. They want to keep face with the family, like, such and such went checked on their mother and, took care or bought these things or whatever for the mother. But that's what they do. These male narcs hate women because their mother or some woman or older sister, it doesn't matter, some type of female in their family, mentally, physically, or sexually abused them. The Antoine Fisher story, good example. Precious, good example. With Precious, you can see it on the female side when the mother does something to a female sexually. The Antoine Fisher story, where the female, the auntie, done something sexually with him, messed him up, but the mother was messed up too. But if I remember the movie right, it was the auntie that was sexually abusing him. So they're not gonna. And the sad part is, first of all, they're not gonna do anything about that. So, but anyway, the sad part about it is, so when they go live with the other relatives or even the father or whoever got them know why they're getting them. Because this sexual abuse or, trauma or whatever that happened with the child happened. But what they do, they sick ass, they don't even get the child any help. They don't even get the child any help at all. They just raise the child. They just raise the child and just hope that the child forget what they've been through. They don't even care. Because if they did care, they actually probably would have took the child before that happened, because they knew that female spouse better than the child. They know why they left them. And then you left your child with that? Maybe excuse me. Maybe the mother had this happen to her, with someone. I won't even say if her parents. It could have been some other adults. So this is where that mother got it from. Somebody did this to that mother, so the mother did that to their child. But let's say the narc didn't do that to their child, but what they did was they went out there to take it out on other people, especially women, to make them feel some type of good, because they're thinking in their psychotic, crazy ass brain that they're getting revenge on that mother. They're thinking that they're getting revenge on that mother. Now, I ain't trying to get no narcs, no ideas or whatever, but if this mother was just this evil, nasty, perverted person that raised them, they got to get older at some time. So if the narc was really hurt about that, like I said, you come at me, I'm dealing with you. And I'm not saying it's okay. God don't like that. They shouldn't try to get no revenge from the mother. They should just forgive the mother and move on and get their mind right and get their life right. But they have a better advantage of getting revenge on the person that actually did it, the mother, especially when they get old. Especially when they get old. When they was young and vulnerable, now this mother is old and vulnerable. This same mother can be, a mother that has more than one child than the narc, but she only abused the narc and have money. Let's say that, and have money. Then pass away and didn't leave the narc a dime. Didn't leave the narc a dime. This narc had to endure all this abuse, be there for her during her older years, even be there for her when she was sick, be there before she died. But the mother disputed all the money to all the other kids that had nothing to do with her either, that didn't get abused like the young narc. It don't matter which age or which kid it was. And now this narc is messed up even more. So I feel sorry for any woman that get that narc. Any woman that get that narc, you're going to pay. Because now she gone, and didn't leave him anything. It was just another slap in the face with some doo-doo. She just smeared the doo-doo all up in his face. And he's thinking like, I took all this abuse, and you did this, and you did that to me. At least you can leave me something. The same way they would do you. The same way they would do you. You done took all they crap, put up with all the abuse, doing the sexual, immortal things that you never thought of, because they always have a way to have you just doing things you just never would have thought of. Trying to please them, or thinking that, oh, it's just this, oh, it's just that. Nope. They want you to feel the pain of young Nog, what they mother did to them. And then don't you dare have a loving mother. Don't you dare have a loving father. Don't you dare be raised up with two loving parents that actually stayed together. And even if they didn't, both parents still loved you after the separation. Don't you dare have that. Because now the knock is really mad and has to destroy you. You have to pay for what this evil female narc did to her son. Now, excuse me. Now, with having a son, this video was very, very hard for me to do, because I just could not imagine. So this is a triggering, sick topic, but you know what? It's real. It's real, you guys. This is why some of these narcs are like that, like they are, and you must pay. And like I said, even if they are gay, that person has to pay too, because they're ashamed of being gay, because they hate women. Or they on the DL. Or they on the DL and they want nobody to know that the only one that can please them is another man. Don't want nobody to know that. But what people are going to realize is you can't keep nobody. Especially like those long-term narc friends. You know, even if the narc was married. That long-term narc friend knew about everything the narc was doing. So even if the narc was married and got divorced, that long-term friend may be or may not be a flying monkey. Be like, how many people are you going to go through? That long-term male friend, even though they gay, they might actually have something going together, them two, or they both was like, you know, wingmen to each other, and they both was DLing or both going on trips, tricking off or whatever. They that long-term friend always know who the narc really is, okay? And what the narc really do. Sometimes they both are narcs and they sit there and compare how they abusing their spouse more. They sit there and drink beers and toast a glass of beer to each other like, yeah, I told her, so I made her, and they be proud of it. But what they do is they go out there and find strong, beautiful, independent women to tear them down to pay for what their mother did to them. For what their mother did to them. I know. Sick, ain't it? So let me take a one through. I think I think I did. I just wrote something down because I didn't want to make sure I missed something I want to say. I said that. But yeah. Oh wait, I do got one more thing. What did I put here? Yep. So that's what it was. You just have to pay for it, and then they passed on that sick narc legacy of incest when they start to sexually, emotionally, physically, or even physically abuse that sister, and you be thinking like, damn, Joe. He did all that to you, and then you are his favorite person as an adult. You would think as an adult that female that was getting sexually abused by her brother would run far, far away. But they sick like that. They sick like that. Even if the mother didn't sexually abuse the sister, somebody, you know, it's like a little domino effect. Mother sexually abused the son, and son sexually abused, and then the other person, and then the other person, and then the other person. So it's just like a whole trickle effect of demonic ancestry, if that's a word, of incest. So yeah, I just want to touch base on that. Don't want to go any more further than that because this is really hard for me to talk about. It's so hard for me to talk about, like, it wasn't even nothing to joke or laugh about. Couldn't bring an LOL on that one. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. But it's a family curse and a family cycle. Because like I said, somebody did something to the mother. Whoever did that to the mother, somebody did that to them. Whoever did something to them, somebody did that to them. And then it trickled all the way down the whole generational curse to the narc. And the narc is taking it out on you. Because he wants you to pay for his toxic, nasty, demonic ass, sick ass mother that's sitting there wallowing in her urine or wallowing at the nursing home, sit there, can't do anything, can't take care of themselves, but they drink themselves to death or whatever they do with nobody there. Not even a cat, not even a dog. But if something happened to her, narc always show their face so they can have love and support amongst the family. Even if the family knew what she did to narc. Even if the family knew. But I do blame that other parent that had to take the child because they knew what the mother was doing and never got them therapy. never got them therapy, and they wonder why every time the relationship did not work with the narc, the person came to the parent that raised them, and they all came saying the same thing. So now that other parent had to sit and wallow into shame because they did not fix their child, and their child ain't nothing but a demon, and they are ashamed that they were a terrible parent, but they just had to take on the responsibility because they had a baby with a narc. Now, with that being said, have a blessed night. I may or may not come in with my special guest tomorrow. We still tweaking it out. But if so, I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. Doing an interview with Charles. But if it does not happen, I'm just going to probably have to reschedule with him. But we were trying to keep the date, trying to keep the time. But let's just see how that goes. It'll be interesting. See y'all in the next one. Be blessed. Thank you, lady. You just stayed in here with me. You are such a good supporter. I was gonna send you a link today because I'm in this. I'll send you the link. I ain't gonna say here. I'm in this thing and I need you to support me. So talk to you guys later.